What's good, YouTube? You already know what it is. I'm back at again another video, and today I'm actually just gonna be reading y'all a story that I wrote. I had just graduated high school, and me and my friends used to be on this little app. It was called Kick. So basically, it was in a group chat. I got bored, and I wrote like a little story about them. Unfortunately, I lost the first story, but the second one was pretty good. So I guess I'll give you like a little summary on what happened in the first one, and then I'll read you the second one. Hopefully when I'm editing this, I'll put the time like right there, so you can just go ahead and skip to that one if you don't want to know what happened before, So anyway though, first of all, it's called Splitting the Path. I called it Splitting the Path. In the first one, I actually just looked in the phone so I could like really remember what happened in the first one, but like I said, it's gone. But I had wrote myself like a little, I guess it's gonna be backwards, but I wrote like a little summary. It ain't nothing. It's a Splitting the Path 1 summary. 3 teens, Rob, Harley, and Hannah, went into the woods on a Halloween night. They went deep into the woods. Lots of things happened, and at the end, they were getting chased. I really wish that I had the first one so that I could really give y'all like an in-depth. But again, this was when I had just graduated high school, and about 4 years. I'm not gonna remember. Hold on. I'm gonna read y'all this story, but I kind of feel like it need to be more kind of storytelling in here. Like, I'm gonna edit this up and all that, but give me a second. Give me a second. So hopefully y'all remember from the first one that Rob, Hannah, and Harley were in the woods. It was Halloween. They was getting chased by who knows what and who knows who. So let's go ahead and get into Splitting the Path 2. All right. As Rob and Hannah were leaving the woods, there was a shadow running towards them, and it wasn't slow. Rob and Hannah looked at each other and ran for their dear lives. Rob yelled to Hannah, "Don't be a basic white girl and trip over nothing." Hannah yelled back, "This is no time for jokes." They ran deeper into the woods until Rob realized he didn't have to run. He leaned against a tree, and the shadow just kept running for Hannah. She eventually tripped over a log. The shadow then leaped into the air and landed on Hannah and asked her, was she alone? She opened her eyes and realized it was Harley. She slapped the crust off of him and stood up. Harley put his hands on both of Hannah's shoulders and shook her, asking why was she in the woods alone? Hannah explained. And Harley says, "We have to go now. They're coming for us." Hannah says, "Who's coming?" Harley says, "There's no time to explain." Hannah says, "We won't leave without Rob." Harley then picks up Hannah and he runs into the woods, deeper into the woods. On the other hand, Rob searches for Hannah with no luck. He started to hear moans and groans and more footsteps behind him, so he leans against another nearby tree, but the thing doesn't fall for it. It tried to stab Rob. Luckily, he got away and ran. Back with Harley and Hannah, who have been hiding out in the cave. Hannah asks for an explanation to everything, and Harley says, "Tonight is the purge, Halloween. Anyone or thing that is killed comes back to life, only to kill more people." He calls them purge zombies. Hannah says, "We just left Rob out there with purge zombies?" Harley says he was gonna die anyway. Harley grabs a long branch and rock and starts sharpening the tip. Harley says, "What you think you doing?" I'm just gonna play both roles, so I ain't gotta keep saying Hannah says, Harley says for this quick little action. So I'm just gonna have to try to use a girl voice. And sorry, I'll get back into the story. This Hannah right here. "I'm gonna save my friend." This Harley, "You're not going anywhere." "Oh yeah, watch me." Harley then grabs a branch and breaks it over his knee. Harley, "Hannah, I'm doing this for your own good. Rob is a big guy. He can take care of himself. Right now we need to stick together. Here." Hannah just looks away with not a word to respond. Back to Rob. Rob is running through the woods. As he knows he is being chased, he sees an arrow fly by his head and hears the gunshots. He climbs up a nearby tree and lets the crowd pass by. When they finally pass by, he begins walking more until he hears someone behind him telling him, don't move. Back to Hannah and Harley. Look, Harley, I can't wait anymore. I'm going after him. Fine. They make weapons and head out. How are we going to find him at this time of night? Rob! Harley pushes Hannah down and covers her mouth, but it's too late. Someone has him at gunpoint, telling them not to move a muscle. They get up off the ground and the man tells them to walk forward. This is Harley. Harley says, this is all your fault. Hannah says, this is okay. They might have Rob. And if they do, we are screwed like turkeys on Thanksgiving. Then a man says, how about y'all shut up? As they walk a few more minutes, the man hears rumbling in the bushes. He points his gun and says, whoever you are, come out. Rob runs out of the bushes towards the man and yells, now Harley! Harley puts all his might into a sucker punch in the jaw to the man. Rob says, run, 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 now! As a whole mob runs through the bushes with weapons to kill Harley. What's the plan, Rob? Rob says, you're the leader. Tell us what to do. Hannah says, I'll be the leader. Rob and Harley say, hell no, sorry. Harley says, we split up. Rob go right, Hannah go left, and I'll go straight. We'll all try to meet back here in what feels like an hour. Rob says, no, y'all go left. I'm gonna distract them. We get weapons and we meet back here. I'm tired of running. Hannah and Harley go left. Rob falls to the ground and plays dead. Hannah and Harley come out of the woods and grab a gun and bow and arrow. They tell the others to back off. They do quickly before they turn and run away. Hannah says, that was easy. Harley says, duh, girl, I'm scary. Hannah says, ha. Rob says, guys, we need to move right now. A herd of purge zombies come flooding from every side. Rob, Hannah, and Harley are almost completely surrounded. Hannah starts shooting the gun all wild while Harley tries to get a shot with the arrows. They manage to kill only a few purge zombies as they close in. Rob says, Hannah, what do we do now? Hannah, oh, now you want me to be a leader when we're all about to die. Nice. Hannah says, Rob, you know how to get us out of here. Rob grabs Hannah's arm. Hannah grabs Harley's arm and they run straight through. Harley feels himself. I'm alive. Hannah, yeah, because of my plan. Harley, whatever. Rob, I don't mean to state the obvious, but we really need to get out of these woods. As they're walking along, they hear strange whispers in the woods. As if the trees were talking, the ground starts shaking, and out of nowhere it starts pouring rain and thunder and the lightning starts. And there's a loud voice that yells, get out, now! As Hannah, Rob, and Harley stood back to back, they were surrounded by the creatures of Hannah's dreams. One man named Lee walked through and spoke. Lee says, you three have upset the balance of these sacred woods. Rob says, tell us how to leave and we'll just go. Lee says, oh no, young one. There's only one way for you and your friends to be free now. Sacrifice. Sacrifice. Lee's eyes rose to the back of his head. As he mumbles crazy words, the ground starts shaking and a volcano comes out of the ground. Lee says, so who's the sacrifice? Harley says, let's just make a run for it. Rob says, if we try to leave and get caught, we're dead. Harley says, if we stay, we're dead. Hannah says, well, what are we gonna do, guys? Rob says, rock, paper, scissors. Who gets sacrificed? Harley and Hannah. Nope, I'm good. Rob says, all right, let's run for it or die trying. Harley says, bruh, you just gonna steal my plan? Rob runs left and swings at everything in his path. Hannah grabs dirt and throws it at the creatures watching her as she runs. Harley breaks off a branch from a tree, goes caveman on the creatures all around them. They all make it out safely, but are split up for hours. Until Hannah and Harley run into each other by some old cabin. They go in through the back. Hannah makes a fire while Harley barricades the doors and windows. Harley says, I'm hungry. Someone is banging on the back door as a voice says, it's Rob, open up. Harley asks for the password. Rob gives it to him. Rob explains that he went back and looked for the two of them with no luck and got caught, but barely got away again. Rob says, y'all find any weapons in here? Harley says, it didn't look. Rob says, well, let's get to it. It's not safe here. They find a double-barrel shotgun, an AP pistol, and a submachine gun with 2 grenades and a lot of ammo. Hey, convenient. Hannah says, let's leave through the back door. As soon as they step out there, it's an army of purge, zombies, purgers, and creatures led by Lee. Harley, Rob, and Hannah charge towards them, blazing fire. Over 2/3 are down, but they are out of ammo. Hannah throws the grenade and they all duck and run for cover. Harley looks at Hannah. Harley says, Hannah, please tell me you pulled a pin before throwing that. Hannah says, what pin? Rob says, oh, throw your grenade, Harley. Harley launches the grenade and takes out everyone except Lee. Rob says, stall him, I'll be back. Rob runs back to the cabin, and Lee runs toward Hannah and grabs her by the throat, lifts her. Harley starts throwing punches, but Lee grabs him too. Rob runs back out, jumps and kicks Lee in the stomach, and Lee falls. Rob says, Harley, I found the pistol. It has only 1 bullet left. I'm gonna get him by the grenade, and when I say shoot the grenade and don't hesitate if I'm still in range. Hannah says, no! Rob said, this is the only way. Lee stands up and Rob and Lee go into a brawl of body blows and kicks. Lee has Rob beaten and throwing him around like a doll. They are finally close to the grenade. Rob punches out Lee and yells, shoot, 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 and begins to run away. Harley doesn't shoot and can't because Hannah is fighting him, trying to get the gun away from him because Rob is still within range of the grenade. Rob notices them fighting. Lee is waking up. Rob grabs the grenade, pulls it closer to Lee, pulls the pin, and runs like hell, but gets caught by the blast. Lee lies burnt to a crisp while Hannah and Harley run and flip Rob on his back. As Rob opens his eyes slowly, I can see the light. Hannah says, see what? Rob says, the light. Harley said, well, don't follow it, boy. Rob says, no, the sun. I see the sun. Harley says, that means that the purge is over. Hannah pulls out her phone and begins to call 911. Harley says, wait, you had your phone on you this whole time? Rob gets up and says, are you serious? Hannah says, what? What'd I do? Rob and Harley walk off in the same direction, leaving Hannah. That's the movie, people. That's the story. That's splitting the path too. Now on this phone, y'all clapping. Go ahead then. Positive, I messed up plenty. Oh, that wasn't it. I wrote something at the bottom. That's what I was trying to read. It's right down. Can't see it. All right. Whatever, say that's the movie, folks. The end. If you're still lost, this is a book about 3 teens who played in a movie called Splitting Paths. Still lost? Contact the author. And 4 years later, the author can't even tell you. So, whatever the case, I hope you enjoyed this story time. And if you want a part 3, let's try to get one whole light, and I'll do a part 3 whenever I'm bored. I gotta edit this first, and y'all know the situation. Anyway, appreciate y'all for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Hope you enjoyed the story, and good night, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. What y'all think about these stars? Let me get out there. There's a candle down here burning, so it's kind of... Yes, sir. I ain't saying it. Yes, sir. Alright. I want y'all to see